your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony that you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. Please be seated. Please state your name and spell your first name for the record.
Nicholas, Nicholas, Scott Pfister.
Thank you. Mr. Schulte, your witness.
Do you prefer to be called Nick?
Yes, please.
Where do you live, Nick?
In Lynn.
You live in the house next door to the house your folks own?
Yes.
And you live with your brother Alex?
Yes.
How old are you?
23.
Where did you go to high school?
Rock City Lynn High School.
Graduate?
Yes.
What did you do after high school?
I went to Iowa Central Community College and got an AS degree in criminal justice.
Through Iowa Central?
Yep.
And what do you do now?
I work at Essentia in Linton.
What do you do for them?
I work in the grind room.
And that was formerly Orlando.
Yes.
Obviously, your father is Scott Pfister.
Yes.
Your cousin is Caleb Smith.
Yes.
Tell us what you recall about Sunday family gatherings at your house.
Sunday family gatherings, we usually had the whole family over. We would watch the NASCAR race if it was race season. We would all be sitting in the living room watching TV, hanging out, talking with everybody. Then we would have something for lunch or supper, whatever time of the day it was. And usually involved our family and my cousin Kayla's family. Sometimes other parts of the family would show up. Then we would talk, we would hang out. Sometimes there'd be wrestling matches involved, just with us cousins.
Did this always take place in the living room of your home?
Yes.
Describe the seating arrangements during those times.
My dad would be sitting in his spot on the couch. My Aunt Kathy would usually be sitting beside him in the middle of the couch. And depending who was all there, either I would be sitting on the far end of the couch, or my Uncle Randy would be, or if anybody else was there, one of the other adults would be.
Do you recall Kayla sitting on the couch?
Yes.
How frequently would Kayla sit on the couch?
Any chance she got.
What do you mean by that?
If she thought she could squeeze him beside my dad, she would squeeze him beside my dad, even if there wasn't enough room. She would force her way and sit down.
Do you ever recall a time when Kayla and your dad were alone on the couch?
No.
How about blanket? Did your dad sit under a blanket?
No.
Did anybody sit under a blanket?
My mom usually did, because she gets cold a lot.
So you never remember any time when there was a blanket on the couch?
No.
Kayla, I gather, would sometimes spend the night
Yes.
when she was younger anyway.
Quite frequently, actually.
And where would she sleep?
Upstairs in Alex and I's room, and Alex's bed with Alex.
Tell us about duck hunting. Where would you sleep in the jungle at night?
It would usually be my dad, me, and my cousin Kayla in the back. Alex would be on the bench in the middle, and then if Kayla's brother Greg and my cousin Jeff went, they would sleep in the next low spot in the boat, right beside it. In the back, usually with my dad, he was curled around the back bench or the heater, so nobody would knock the heater over. Then I'd be sleeping beside him, and then she'd be sitting on the other side of me, between me and the bench,
So your dad was always faced toward the side of the boat,
back of the boat.
back of the boat. And where was the heater in relationship to your dad?
The heater was on the back part of the boat, right in the back, right beside the bench that he sat on when we were driving in the boat, or on the bench.
And is that the way that you always
Yes.
For how long a period of time would you guys sleep in the boat, from when to when?
About midnight to whenever, about an hour before shooting hours, we get up, set the decoys up, get everything ready, and then we'd sit and wait and talk, drink coffee, eat if we had anything to eat before shooting hours arrived.
Was there ever a time when people would get out of the boat?
Yes, Alex and my cousin Jeff would usually get out of the boat and go stand along shore if they could, or spread out so that we weren't all shooting right next to each other.
But this would be after you were done sleeping?
Yeah, once it was shooting hours and we were getting ready, getting set up to go, we would spread out. That way we weren't on top of each other trying to shoot across each other, over each other, or anything.
During that kind of situation, would your dad ever be left alone in the boat too?
No, because I always had to be right with my dad.
Why did you have to be right with your dad?
Because I wasn't 16 and I did not have a hunter's license, so I had to be right there by my dad. Plus, we also shared a gun.
How about deer hunting? How did that happen?
Once I started going, Alex was finally old enough to have a hunter's license, so he could go off by himself, but I wasn't old enough, so I had to be with dad at all times.
And again, I believe you just testified that you are how old?
23.
So you are 2 years younger than Caleb.
Yes.
Do you recall a time when the family went hunting, or your dad and the other people in the family went hunting, and you didn't go along?
No.
Did you ever see anything that made you the least bit suspicious that something was going on with Kayla or your dad?
No.
How about during deer hunting? Was there, where were you in this whole scenario of how when you hunt deer?
In the truck, I would always be up front because I was taller than Alex, so he'd let me sit up front. That way I'd have room to stretch out my legs and I would be cramped up in the back seat. And then when we would sit post, Dad would usually put me and Caleb right together, and either he would be sitting right beside us or he'd walk out in the field a little bit so we could watch the outside edge of the timber in the field, so that way the deer didn't run out on us. But he was never alone with her. She was always with me, or he was with both of us right together. And when we sat, I sat between the two of them.
I don't have any questions.
Mr. Smith?
We have something in common there. We're both alums of Iowa Central's criminal justice program, so that was pretty cool. I just have one question. I may have misunderstood your testimony, but when you guys would go deer hunting and you're pushing deer, is it your testimony that your father never pushed deer alone?
No, we always had at least two people pushing, at least.
Okay. So you don't recall a time when Kayla and him would have been pushing along?
No, because I always went with my dad when I was underage.
Sure. Would it make sense for your father to have Kayla drop him off by himself, or for your father to push deer by himself?
When we dropped people off to push, we would always drop them off first, so I was always in the truck. Because they would drop them off first, then we would go sit post.
Okay.
They had time to get out, get their guns loaded, get everything ready, so they could get set up how they wanted to walk and start.
So you don't ever recall a time when Kayla drove off by herself?
No.
Okay. I don't have any further questions.
Mr. Shelton?
I guess I have no further questions.
Thank you. You may sit down.